Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Beyond Film School, where I teach you all about the film industry. I am Amber, and I need to get into the job search. Now, I'm not trying to blow up anyone's spot. I'm not trying to single anybody out, but I had a person reach out to me, and it kind of was like the push that I needed to talk about when you are a recent graduate of, I don't know, any college, any film school, it doesn't matter. You're like done with college, you are embarking on a new stage in your life. I get it, you're a little lost, you have no idea what to do. I got a recent grad email me recently, and I had a lot of thoughts. And I guess maybe I was surprised at maybe the laziness, but also surprised at like the lack of knowledge that goes into it when a recent grad tries to apply for a job or tries to email people to say, hey, do you have any leads? Now, if you're joining me, please let me know where you're joining me from. I don't normally do this on a Friday night, but I got the urge, I had the feeling, I was like, let me just talk about this really quick. Now, hopefully you guys, if you're here in the replay, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I love connecting with my community. If you have any questions, I'm always here to answer them. This is like why I do Beyond Film School. This is why I have the channel. I try to do what I can for the everyone who's trying to be the next generation of filmmakers. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help, right? Hey, Gaffer, Ngrip from Philadelphia, thanks for joining me. So here's the thing about looking for a job, and I think maybe this could be useful for anyone who is, like I said, the recent grads from college, and then anyone might be changing careers, or just basically like if you've been out of the mix for a while. Who knows? I have no idea. But I think this might be good, useful advice for everyone who's like trying to get jobs, right? You know, the phone's not ringing, you're not getting those texts, no one's recommending you, no one passed along your name in a hot minute, so you got to go back to square one, you got to get back into the, like reaching out to people, reaching out to your network, reaching out to perfect strangers that you have no idea, what's going on. The first thing I'm going to tell you is this: you got to get online. You got to get in Facebook groups. You got to hit up those websites, right? Like there's just so many. I have so many resources that I guess maybe people don't know that I have, right? I have loads of stuff in my videos that I talk about. Like if you just put up like how to get film jobs, I'm pretty sure like 5 of my videos are going to pop up, right? So when you are looking for jobs, no one's going to hand you a job. And I think that is what really gets to people, is that like maybe they think, well, I've worked hard, there's got to be something that comes easy, right? Maybe they feel like because you went to school and because you went to you went to that program for 4 or 5 years, or you went to film school for 2 or 3 years, that you're expecting that it's going to be like someone's just going to hand you something. I am sorry, that is not how life works, unfortunately, in any industry. So I don't think that it is any different when it comes to the film industry. And for people who are watching who actually work in the industry, like Chad is here. He is from New York. Thanks, Chad Rogers, for being with me again. Like, he can attest that this is not easy because he works in the industry. And anyone who works in the industry, please give me an amen on this, because you guys know how hard it was to get in and how hard it is to stay. So I think people kind of take that also for granted. Get me a job. Like that's the thing. So when you're looking for a job, like it is definitely challenging, and I know it is totally challenging. So the first thing is that you need to put yourself out there, right? If you're not putting yourself out there, who the hell, first of all, is going to know that you're even looking for a job? You got to make it known. You have to make it known that you are out there looking. And I hate doing this, especially like me crossing over from PA to AD. Like now, I don't want those PA jobs. I want that $900 day. I want that $600 day. I'm not trying to work for $200 a day anymore. So I have to make it known, yes, I'm available to do AD work. I'm available to be your staff AD. I'm available to be, your additional AD, your staff second, or whatever the case may be. I am available. It is super uncomfortable for me to reach out to people I know. It's like, hey, if you're looking for an AD, let me know. But the thing is, you have to do it. And even for myself, I have to work on this so much. I have to do it. But it makes me uncomfortable because it's makes me feel like I'm begging for a job. But if they don't know that you're actually looking for a job, then how are you going to get it? Because you have to make sure that, if you think about the whole out of sight, out of mind thing, you have to make sure that you are in their mind. Because if they're not thinking of you, they're not going to hire you, obviously, right? So that's the first thing. Like people who are like in the industry and work's kind of dry right now, you've got to reach out to your contacts. You've got to do the uncomfortable thing of being like, hey, you need anybody, just let me know. I'm here, I'm available, whatever, right? So, I mean, day playing has its benefits where it's not, you do like 2-3 days and you're off for a couple days and you do like 1 day here, 1 day there. It's kind of nice, to be honest, but some people who got families, and they can't really like, slack that, but they can't just take these days off. Like, luckily, I don't have kids yet, so I don't have to worry about, that type of those types of expenses in my life. Thank God. I mean, it's coming in the future for me, but I know that's coming for the future. But the thing is that like, I think like the life that I have, that like I can survive off that DGA rate, thankfully. And I know some people can't do that. So you got to reach out to people. You have to reach out to your contacts, your networks, let them know that you are actually looking for a job, right? So for my people who are not in the industry, it is all about your approach. Like, I know some people, they're grinding, they're going to do it hard, like, I get it. Like, that it's hard when you're, like, emailing strangers, right? But sometimes, like, some people will email me, like, now, okay, here's the thing. It's that, like, I run Beyond Film School. I'm a YouTuber. I have videos. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. And I'm all over the place, and people are like, yo, can you give me a job? First of all, if you're asking me for a job, I don't even know who the hell you are. I am here to help. But realistically, so you are, I can't recommend you to like some random show or a friend of mine or a close friend of mine if I have like, I can't vouch for you, right? Because that's my name. I am recommending someone to a friend of mine or someone who needs PAs. Like, that's my name. And I can't be recommending people that, like, I don't know, first of all. Like, you know me from Beyond Film School and you know me from my videos. And sometimes I get it. Like, when I watch YouTubers that I like to watch, like, you feel like a friend, right? You feel like you know me. But remember, I don't know who you are. And until we actually meet, until we do, like, a one-on-one online, until I actually get to know who you are, I can't recommend you to certain jobs. Like, listen, there are going to be jobs out there where I might be seconding a fucking crazy big goddamn movie where I'm going to need 50 bodies, where I'm going to need 50 set PAs. That's not every day though. So like, I might need that. I might need your contact in my like Rolodex and my contacts to make sure that I can fill the PA needs that I have. Right? But like, that's not all the time. And I will take a risk sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I get a good vibe from this person. I think they might work hard, based on like the conversations that we've had. But like, for you to be like, yo, okay, I'm ready to get a job. I've literally gotten emails like this, guys. Hey, I'm new to the industry. Can you get me a job? No idea what he wants to do with his life or her life. No idea where you're located, first of all, because you're just sending me a blank email. I have no idea where you're located. You could be literally fucking contacting me from anywhere in the world, because if you're contacting me by my Beyond Film School email, if you need to email me any questions, beyondfilmschool@gmail.com. There it is, right? And I'm happy to answer any questions. But for you to ask me for a job when I don't even know where you work, what? Okay. I'm in New Jersey, I'm in New York, right? And you're like, oh, get me a job. But then people are like from like Utah or like Canada or something. Like, first of all, if you're out of the country, U.S. authorization of employment is like fucking fierce in the U.S. So for you to be like, oh, I'm from some other country, can't you just get me on a job? You are crazy, because I am not getting arrested for like hiring some person trying to, you know what? Everyone who's from the U.S., you know what I'm saying. Right? That employment verification is real. So if you can't work in the U.S., don't ask me for a job. And if you're emailing me for a job, it's like there are better approaches, right? Like, hey, do you have any advice for, I'm in this area. Do you have any advice for, where I should apply? What should I do? I mean, I definitely have videos. Please check on my YouTube. I have videos how to get jobs. I've done that video over and over again because like, first of all, there's updates, there's new websites, there's new apps like the Crew Me Up app, the Available app. There's a freelance film work app. There's 3 apps out there that you can join. Like, now me personally, I don't use those apps because goodness me, like I'm already in like every Facebook group. That has those job postings. And that's another thing. Do the apps, but also do those Facebook groups. Like, when I stopped using the websites like Mandy and Film and TV Pro and like production.net, entertainment, like all those production Websites, I stopped using those. Like I went to, Facebook groups because it's just easier. It's just easier to deal with that stuff that way. And some people are like anti-Facebook. And I had one trainee, I believe her name was Madison, bless her heart. She was great. She got some jobs down in South Jersey, and I told her, I was like, Facebook groups are where it's at. Plus also you have like micro communities in South Jersey that you can find Facebook groups. And she was like really hesitant about getting on Facebook. So what did she do? She's like, I'm just going to make an anonymous Facebook with like a fake name. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. That's totally fine because all you need to do is see the job postings. And then you get to just apply to it and you get the email or whatever. And you're just like, this is my resume. This is my, apply to the job posting that whatever they want you to do the right way. And then that's it. You don't even need to put you as a real person on Facebook. So definitely like look into Facebook groups because man, oh man, like if you're not there are so many groups out there that are posting jobs all the time. And if work is dry for me, that's definitely where I go. That's where I'm looking because I know people need ADs all the time. And plus some of my friends, they need ADs on their indie stuff. You know what I mean? So like if I'm not doing anything on the weekend, like yeah, I'll do like a mini producer thing for them or whatever. So Facebook groups, guys, when you're emailing me and you have no idea what to do, I don't want to get into details about this, but you know what? Why not? I got an email from someone with a very, very long resume, right? Resume was like I'm just going to say more than 2 pages. First of all, if your resume is more than 1 page, don't even bother sending that shit because whatever is on a page after the first page, no one is looking at that. Please. I cannot tell you enough. Please, please, please do not make your resume more than 1 page because who the has time to read all of that? No one, especially if I'm looking for people and I'm getting hundreds of emails of resumes all the time. Do not make it more than 1 page. I don't give how many awards you've won or whatever you feel like you cannot separate yourself and detach yourself from on that resume. If your resume is more than 1 page, know this. They will not get past the first page. They will not. So don't waste your time making a 7-page resume. And yes, I have gotten 7-page resumes. And I think what's the most frustrating for me is that if they are a person who is a subscriber, they are following Beyond Film School, they are trying to, take all the things that I give them, but then they don't follow the things I tell them and they send me their resume and they tell me to look at it. First of all, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to email back and say, first of all, please send me a PDF of your resume because I've gotten resumes with Word docs. Like I have, don't send your resume as a Word doc file. Please, please do not. Because first of all, it messes up the format of the resume that you wanted to send. So when you send it, it doesn't come the way you imply it to be sent. Okay? So also, on top of that, don't send me a resume more than 1 page. Like I said before, I can't say that enough. And then in your email, I know I said this in the live resume review, which I am doing another one. So if you want to submit your resume for a live review, please do. I'm going to be doing it Monday. Let me know. I left a post in the community tab. So send your resume. Hi, Maddie. So send your resume to me. So if you want a live review of your resume, I will do that for free because that shit is fun for me. First of all, I find it really fun. People find it really helpful. So I feel like you're getting something out of it. I'm getting something out of it. So definitely submit your resume. So you have to make sure that your resume is on point. And if you are sending me a resume that is more than 1 page and has links on it, because I mentioned that if you put links on your resume, it makes your resume look ugly. So I told you in that resume review last time to put the links in the email, but I don't want 50 links. I don't know in what frame of mind is sending that many links. You think that person's going to, first of all, look at all of them. Second of all, going to feel nice that you sent all this stuff. It is overwhelming. Let me know in the chat, how would you feel if someone sent you this big ass email with 50 links, hey, look at my work. No one, no one's, first of all, I don't know what priority to look at it. I'm not going to spend my time looking at all this stuff. If I am looking for someone and I'm actively hiring somebody, then maybe I will do a more extensive research on the person that if I'm interested. right? But if you are contacting me and you are like cold emailing me, you want to make it as easy as possible, right? You want to make your resume easy to read. You want to make your email with like your cover letter email. Like, cover letters are dumb. First of all, I don't really believe in cover letters. First of all, because like some people are like, they'll send the resume and then they'll send the cover letter as an attachment. Like, no, your email is the cover letter. Okay, make it short and sweet. Tell me why you're there. Say you attached your resume, and then give a link to your website. If you have a demo reel and you have multiple works that are like all over the place, create a resume website. My resume website is amberamsherman.com. Simple. Like, I have my IMDb on there. I have my resume on there, a picture, my bio. That's it. It's super simple. Like, that's all you need. So if you have like stuff that you produced, wrote, edit, whatever it is, if it's something that you see on the screen, like an AD reel is not a thing, right? But my IMDb is going to be like my thing that people want to see, right? So make a website, put your works there. So then when you send that cover email, it's one link in your signature, and that's it. And all you say is like, I attach my resume below, and I also a link to my website for all my, my portfolio or like my demo reel or whatever, it's there. I mean, you have to remember, like, the people who are in the industry already are working professionals, and they do not have time to kind of like extend the hand. Now, I like helping people. I like giving people a chance. Like, Beyond Film School is like, the motto is giving people a chance in film. We're dedicated to giving people a chance in film. And even with me having that amount of patience, like, I'm like overwhelmed when people send me like these crazy emails with like all of this stuff to look at. Like, I'm not going to look at all that. You have to make it simple for the person that is looking for somebody. Or if they're not, like, if you are sending that cold email, like I said, you have to make it simple. You have to like really simplify it as much as possible. So Facebook groups, right? The apps, those so many apps that you can get for jobs. And like, when you're cold emailing, and I believe in cold emailing because that is literally how I'm in the industry now, because someone gave me a tip because I cold emailed, and I you know what, I should probably look for the email right now. I'm going to make a video about this email, because all I said was, hey, I'm new to New York. I'm just looking for, jobs to day play on. I'm learning how to, like, I want to be an AD, and I know Set PA is where you start, and I'm just looking for anywhere I could day play. And then that's when she told me to like go to this building and, put my resume out there and like make sure I, introduce myself to someone in person and give my resume out. Like, if it wasn't for me cold emailing and making it, first of all, easy for her to communicate with me, like, I didn't send like 50 links to her and like, a 7-page resume and like, and I attached my resume. And the other thing I want to say about your resume, and when you are a recent graduate, I know that as a recent graduate, you are thinking that I want to get all the work that I can, right? So you start casting such a wide net. Like, I can have camera work experience. I've been an AD on this thing. I've been an editor on this thing. I've been a writer on this thing. I produced this thing. So like, you have all these things that you've done. Like, if you've really done the work in school and you've done like internships and you've done every short film on any weekend that you were free, or maybe you did a feature film in the summertime, maybe you did another feature like during spring break or something like that, like, that's when you should be building up your resume. By the time you get out of college, you're going to have all those things ready on your resume, ready to go. But you can't put every last single department that you worked on one resume. What do I mean by that? And I've talked about this before, where it's like, you can't be a camera person, an editor, and an AD all in one resume. Like, we know as people, we are multifaceted. We do more than one thing. I am not just an AD. I'm an entrepreneur because I run Beyond Film School. I'm not just that, but I love arts, and I love to read, and I do a lot of other things. We all know that we are multifaceted. We can do a lot of different things in life, but on your resume, when you're trying to get hired for a specific job, you have to narrow it down, because then you will get more interviews, and then you will get more offers, and you have to have different resumes for different departments. That's how it works. And like, hopefully you find your calling. You're like, yes, I want to be a camera person. Yes, I want to be a gaffer. That I want to be in lighting. That's what I want to do. I want to be a gaffer. I'm going to focus on that. Once you figure out what your focus is, put it all in like 100% and focus on that thing. Shout out Chad. My website immediately crashes. Yeah, because my resume website is like super small. Like my Beyond Film School website is like pretty backed up server wise because I have my online course there. So like, but my other one probably not. Like I feel like this is not gonna be like a real long live stream, but I just had to say this. Like I cannot believe sometimes where like people will reach out for me for a job and they haven't like done the simple things yet. They haven't, and the only people I give leeway to is gonna be like, it's gonna be either you're in my membership on YouTube, which yay memberships. I haven't made a video about my memberships, but like if you are a member of Beyond Film School of my channel, then like I will give you the leeway. I will give you extra help because like you're paying for that, right? And the people who have done my Set PA training class or my online course, like I will take the extra time because like you are invested in yourself and you invested in Beyond Film School. So I'm definitely going to give something back. But if you are a perfect stranger, it's like I have to prioritize, right? Like I have to prioritize and I can't always help everyone I want to help out there. And it's like, and unfortunately, like that's how, when you have to start charging for certain things, because then I end up doing all this work for free and it's like I have to make some money off Beyond Film School. Let's be real here, people. But that's the thing, is that like when people want my help, I always am going to try and give, I will always answer an email back. It might take me a few days, do you know what I mean? Because I am working on other stuff. It might take me a few days, but I'm going to get back to you, but like just, if you are watching my videos and if you are on my website, maybe you're on my newsletter or whatever, like just follow the simple steps first before you ask me to critique your resume or give you notes on stuff like that or help you with the job search. Because I don't want to get into too much, personally like what happened in a specific situation. But basically it was like, the number two thing, the two things I told this person that emailed me was like, first of all, you need to have a one-page resume. Second of all, get a website with all your work on it. And I was like, those are the top two things. And he was like, I'm trying to look for a job. Like, I understand you're trying to look for a job, but if you do not have a one-page resume and a website with all your stuff on it, then you're not going to get a job. Like, point blank period. I don't want to be that rough on people, but like, if you will not take the advice that I'm giving you, then I'm wasting my time and you're wasting your own time. Like, are you going to listen? Like, you're seeking advice from me, right? And I'm trying to give you all the advice I can, but then if you don't follow the advice I have given before, and then you come back and you ask me more questions, if you didn't even follow the first set of advice that I gave you, like, what's the point? Like, we're just wasting each other's time here. Like, what, you know what I mean? What are we doing? So that's the thing, is that like, if you're not going to follow the simple things, then we're not going to go deeper. And that's exactly what I said. I'd say, hey, watch these videos first. Watch this video first. Follow my top 10 tips for resumes. And then once you revise your resume, then I'll look at it. Because like, I'm not gonna, like, I have all these things in place to like make it easier for you to simplify it as much as possible. Because like, people who come to me and they're like, I looked at I watched your video. I think I did the right thing. I read this, I did this. And it's like, and I can see that like, their name is nice and big, that they put their position first, that they don't have like essays on their resume. Like, I can tell that they've done the right, like they've gotten into the right direction, and then I will go from there. And because then we can make it better, and then we can go deeper, because like, all I'm gonna do is go over the basic stuff the first time around if you didn't even follow the basic stuff. And it's like almost you're wasting the opportunity to interact with me and go deeper, right? Like, I don't know. If you have any questions, please let me know. I don't know how it is for everyone else in the job search, but definitely reaching out to people and contacting your contacts and networking and Facebook groups and like getting on the apps and stuff like that. Like, all that stuff is very, very important. But if you don't have your website and like, your IMDb updated and your website updated with all the stuff that you've done, your resume like in tip-top shape, like for me as a DGA AD, I know that I have to have my resume ready to go at all times. Like, when I update my resume, I update it after every job. If I'm day playing, if I'm like staffed or whatever, like every time I do the day after, a couple days after I finish that job, that goes on my resume. You always have to have an updated resume. I mean, that's, maybe I'm a little bit more neurotic about it, but that is what I do. I update it all the time because I know if people are looking for staff ADs, they're going to ask for my resume, and I want it to be the most recent thing ever and the most updated. And people gotta, you gotta get with this. You have to do that. You have to get into the habit of being like, okay, just save it in your Google Drive or whatever. I don't know what people with iPhones use. I don't know what you guys, the cloud or whatever. I don't know. By the way, you guys see like my normal cup now. I'm not using a mason jar. Some people are making fun of my mason jar that I use all the time, but I have a real glass. Look, guys, I've upgraded. It was a housewarming gift from my friend Samantha. So that is really it. That's my rant for looking for a job. I don't know if you have any other questions, but please feel free to ask them. It's Friday night and it's raining, so like why not? But I have to write my videos because I didn't do a video. I was on set this week, so I am kind of behind on video. So I'm kind of glad I did this live stream. So just a few things on my end. The next resume review, like I said before, is going to be on Monday. If you want to submit your resume, I can only take about 4 or 5 resumes because that fills up a ton of time already. Like I spend about 20 minutes on each resume. Live reviews are super fun. If you can hack it. I don't know. Some people can't take that live critique. I have no idea. But I have live resume review happening on Monday. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And memberships, if you want to be a member of Beyond Film School, definitely benefits for when I have, member-only posts. And I just have like a lot of things that are just going to be like prioritized for my members. And it's just like lovely little benefits for them. So that is it for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. And I shall see you next time.